Hail Reckoners and welcome back. Today I am supplementing my previous Revolt of Gamers content with some of the stuff I have been doing lately. There have been a couple patches out that tweaked gameplay, but nothing, no huge content patches. You know, there's all those work in progress areas that have yet to be revealed, and so I've been chomping at the bit. And so I thought I'd just release this in the time being. This is a post-commentary, meaning I record this footage and I am talking now while watching it, and the main point will be to show you how to unlock the DNA of the other hackers. Now, in the previous content I've done, I unlocked Greendy, so we already know how to do that. This will show you how to unlock Veelan, Watabax, Otello, and the cop DNA. So without further ado, I believe Waterbacks is first. So somehow I'd gotten to pretty much the end of the game without finding Waterbacks. Turns out he's just right here. The first time you talk to him, he's right here. And yes, you deliver this ball all the way over here. It's a truly staggering, nigh impossible quest, but I somehow managed to do it. So with that out of the way, that's one down. Now we have to somehow locate him to figure out where to go for the second quest. Turns out he's right, you know, this is where he delivered the first ball. He's right over there. Obviously I just used the scanner and I found him. So the second quest is a little trickier. The trouble, I fast forwarded through the mission dialogue. The trouble with these delivery missions, a lot of them, is you can't rewind with them because the ball, the object, it's always called a ball for some reason, doesn't rewind with you. It just keeps going. You just immediately drop it so it falls if you're in the air or whatever, and we're about to see that. So we're going up there, pretty straightforward. All I have to do is jump onto that elevator, but I get hit out of the air by a flying car. That has never happened to me, and I fail this jump because I have no energy, and I rewind it as a reflex. So here I try to bounce and pick up the ball. It almost works. Would have been really, really cool if I'd been able to pull it off, but it doesn't work. Fortunately, because they give you like friggin' 5 minutes to do this, I'm able to run all the way around and get back with plenty of time to spare. This is my first attempt on this. I mean, shocking, right? You wouldn't have guessed from such a polished and professional and expertly done attempt that this was anything but my... This is a highlight reel practically. But nope, it's my first. So I don't know if there's a much easier way to get to the next tier of the city, but this is the way I pretty much always take if I have to go from the ground floor up. I mean, there are other ways. I don't know if there's any ways that are really significantly faster though. Certainly none that are close to this. So we deliver the second ball, which leaves just the third mission. Now the third mission's the hardest, because it's a series of 5 deliveries, and what you're about to see he's right over there. What you're about to see is my second attempt, because in the first attempt I didn't go in the proper order, because a lot of these deliveries, like this first one, involves you doing things that require you to rewind. I think I dropped it in the air there somehow. And so if you do, so I, for some reason, went to the farthest drop-off point first, and it's too far to rewind, so it has to be the last one. And the order they give it to you, it is the last one. So if you go in order, it's much more straightforward. So like I said, second attempt, making great use of the rewind ability. This third delivery does not go as smooth as it should. Same spot as the last delivery, but for some reason I have a hard time clearing this gap. I mean, I know why. I'm going to try and jump with low energy. I'm not burning, so I just don't jump as far as I'm used to. Also, I've been playing a lot of Warframe lately, which is another similarly parkour game, but the controls are very, very different. Going back and forth is really a mind fuck. So here you get to see me gracefully rewind time and try and fall and fail and rewind time again just to land to re-obtain the ball. Fortunately, it's not that far. Fortunately, we're back here by the elevator crap again. Unfortunately, we're hit by a car out of the air again. It's funny because both of these times I've been hit by a car. I've never been hit by a car there before. Like, I've gone out of my way to land on those cars before, to travel around on them. And here I get hit twice by accident. It's mildly aggravating, but more funny than anything else. So, this is the third delivery. Yes, the third delivery of 5. So we return to Waterbacks' area. This will show you how to get to where he is again, because I fast forwarded to the first time for some reason. He's right over here, obviously. So we pick up the ball, and the delivery point is the same delivery point as the first Waterbacks mission that we did just a few minutes ago. This is a sketchy jump. I wouldn't recommend trying to make that, but I do. And so we do that, and fortunately here I'm very, very lucky. I'm able to rewind there. Like, if I'd rewinded a second later, I wouldn't be able to make it back up quite as smoothly, so that sucks. So now we're gonna go to the far one. This is the one I went to first, on my first attempt, which is dumb. So here I bounce and have the ball. Here I bounce and I don't have the ball. I'm not sure what causes me to drop the ball sometimes and not others. Because it's not bouncing, unless it's bouncing with a certain speed or something. We've got 30 seconds, so it's gonna be really friggin' tight. Fortunately, because I've done this delivery before, I know exactly where to go, so I'm not panicking too much. But we'll see. Do you think I make it? Do you think I would have left in a failed attempt? The answer is, of course, no. Made the stairs that time. I remember the first time I freaking fell on the stairs. So here we go. 4 seconds left, and I deliver the ball, and we unlock Waterbacks. So that's fantastic. Next up, we're going to look at how to unlock Otello. So this isn't a complete Otello thing like it was with Waterbacks, because Otello is kind of like one of the main, I think, the driving quest giver for like what I guess I consider to be the main story arc. So I don't feel like I missed Waterbacks' quest. I don't feel like you could miss Otello's really in a comparable way. So you talk to him outside. You don't have to talk to him outside, I don't think, but he's outside there talking, and he tells you basically kind of what you're trying to do in here. So it gives you a basic idea of what to do. Here we watch me gracefully sneak by this camera. Truly, I'm a smooth operator. But in the first room is this computer, which you can scan. I'm gonna skip this. I did do this mission before without realizing what it was, so this is technically my second attempt at it. But we've got 10 minutes, and I'm completely ignoring the arrow. Because basically, I made it to the end. I was just exploring the prison, and I made it to the end point, and I kind of realized what it was. I was like, oh, that must be what it is. So I'm taking the route that I know. I have no idea what route the arrow takes you to. I didn't even try to follow it, because this route just seems like the fastest, bestest to me. Maybe there's some cool secret with the arrow that makes it easier, but I mean, I can do this with time to spare, so I recommend this route. What I'm doing here is a trick a guy online taught me. If you jump and hit shift repeatedly, you pull tricks in the air, which builds up your heat energy, so I can jump farther and higher and bounce. So that's why you'll see me jumping in place a lot, just kind of building up momentum. This is the wrong entranceway. I'm baffled by this for a second. I need the hole on the opposite side of the pillar, which sucks. But fortunately I can grind, right? Am I not gonna grind? I'm gonna try. Okay, there we go, grind. Burn all your energy. God dang it. This is, of course, you know, the first time I did this, just messing around. Oh, of course, every time I'm on camera, it's just not as smooth. But I mean, it works. And like I said, 10 minutes. I've made it where I've triggered alarms here. I mean, there's plenty of time to just run around and ditch the drones and come back. Although, speaking of which, I am going to trigger a drone up ahead, which I didn't do at any point. The first time I trigger the drone is going to be here on camera, which stinks. I scan this so you can pause it and read it. It's the rules of the prison. They're very funny. I recommend you give them a read. But here we see this. This room is fascinating. I really like this room. I don't know that I have a... Oh, yep, okay. Normally, it's like I said, first time I triggered the drones in this room. But I had noticed that there was a circular hole here. This loops back around, like basically in a 90-degree arc, so this is, I think, pretty much here just to ditch drones. There's no real other purpose to it that I can think of. But yeah, dropping down, with this exception, obviously, I was consistently able to make it down the shaft, so it's not just blind luck, but I didn't put my money where my mouth is, so I guess best of luck to you. Obviously, if you just fall right through the lasers, the penalty is not that steep. You just gotta walk around a little bit, and then you look around and there's this doorway up there that I'm going for. Although, on the way down, be careful to look out because there are a couple of gamer girls on the struts. So if I made it to here and I realized this is a computer, and I recognized the computer, so I knew to scan it. As far as I can tell, there are no gamer girls in that room. I did kind of comb it thoroughly. So what these guys are talking about now basically is a very strong hint to you to explore more of the prison, to look for the cop DNA. And I actually found the cop DNA before this. So we're going to start from the beginning of the prison again, just to give you a complete, course that one would take to get to the cop. So we'll sneak past the little thing again. You know, it's funny coming back to this. I didn't realize what the X's meant. I'd forgotten that they were sound plates. I thought they were pressure plates. So I spent a long time trying to build up speed to hurl myself through that room and avoid the camera and just completely not touch the floor. And I was able to do it like once or twice, but I couldn't do it consistently. So learning that it was sound activated made it so much easier. Actually, if I hadn't realized that, I don't think I could have gotten to the cop. So, back in this room, you go to the right instead of up, like we did just previously, getting Otello. By scanning that camera, the conversation does indicate how to get the cop, but it's also Otello giving you his DNA. So this room, I'm about to show you a couple of wrong ways to do it. Again, this is the first time I was trying to do this. I was hurling myself across the room, like I'm going to show you now. And you can do it, it's totally possible. But don't do it here. Fortunately, you can rewind through the guard guy. I don't do it here because I get kind of glitched and caught on the wall. But it's fine because there's a little save point there, which is a new thing, I think. Before, every time you got caught, you got sent back to the beginning, so that's a really nice change. There again, I failed to make the jump, but we rewind. And if you just hide off to the side, the pathing on these drones is really bad. So he just plows into the wall. And if you wait long enough, he will go away. And that's not very long at all. So here's what you're supposed to do, as I think I do it right here. You're supposed to grind on the rails. Yeah, and just jump and grind. I do a wall. I have a very hard time doing small jumps in this game. I don't know why. This guy basically talks about how he wants to get to the other side of the glass, but he can't, but there must be a way. So that tells you to, search those boxes piled off to my left. I said my left. And lo and behold, there's a passageway. Shocking. We're all very surprised. And yet another needlessly long passageway. I don't know why this passageway is so long. I feel like it could have just been a small little loop. I wish you could grind through it or something. But no, we're sneaking through. We're gonna make it through. Eventually. And we did. There's a camera. I don't know what the penalty for actually getting caught by the camera is here. This whole area is full of cameras, but they don't summon bots, so they're not that bad. They just make you wait. I guess maybe if you're trying to speed run. Here I don't see the floor. I'm an idiot. Just gotta wait. I think at this point in the recording, I hadn't realized yet it was the floor. I think I thought a camera saw me. Do I just run back onto it again like an idiot? Or do I notice? We shall see. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Okay, I didn't notice. Yeah, so you just gotta wait, and the cameras and the laser grids will go away. It's really just a very minor inconvenience, which is certainly preferable to a major inconvenience, but it's also not terribly challenging either, which is a little unfortunate because I feel like this cop DNA is supposed to be like, a kind of cool, coveted secret. I mean, on the whole, I really like this I really like how they reworked the prison. Having the less punishing checkpoints, reworking how some of the rooms work, some of the barriers, puzzles you had to traverse. I'm very, very pleased with it. Although also some of my impression might have been changed because of my new knowledge vis-a-vis how to get around, like that jump energy thing. So there we go, we got the cop guy just hanging there. You scan him, he's like, I got the DNA, but he'll say something different if you don't have the DNA. And then you can teleport out the back. So the final person I'm going to discuss is Veelan. You get Veelan way up here. I'm not actually going to show it to you. I'm just showing you where to do it. Normally that box is Veelan. He's way over here in the corner of the room of the city. You know, there's the main tower as your checkpoint. Just up here, you do it. It's a very, very straightforward thing. I don't even know if there's missions leading up to it. There probably are, but I did them in the course of regular play, so I just put this last bit because he's out of the way and really easy to miss. So yeah, that was how to unlock, I think, all the characters in Revolt of Gamers. Obviously I didn't cover Greendy because she was covered, and I didn't completely cover Veelan, or not Greendy, what's her name? It's Greendy, Greendy, and Veelan were not completely covered. But everyone else, you should have a pretty good idea how to do it. I think they're gonna add, what's the kind of rocky guy? Neelax? No, whatever his name is. I'm hoping they'll add him eventually, and I will definitely be having more videos when more meaty content is introduced. In the meantime, I'll be trying to do some more live streams as I just try to level up different DNA characters, so keep an eye out for those. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Signature catchphrase.